Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarita. Really glad that you're joining me today. I have what I believe is a very short video for you today. I have a tendency to go on, and if that is not your style, I believe you are in luck today, because while I have very few things to say about this candle, it's not necessarily negative. So today I am reviewing Bath & Body Works Freshly Brewed Coffee, and it was a lovely kind of deep mahogany brown, and it had this Vera Bradley look that was panned when it came out. I don't know, this was the first wave of fall candles. It's got kind of a cute little pumpkin motif on the lid. And for some reason they were $25.95, although I don't know why. Shouldn't it have been $24.95 because it doesn't have like a true wraparound. It was just this, at any rate, $25.95 when it initially came out. Maybe because it was the first wave. And so they just felt like they could charge $1 premium on anything that they put out in, what was it, July, June? All right, so freshly brewed coffee. And I talked about this when I hauled it. When I hauled it, everybody at the time was saying that it was Paris Cafe. That's all it was, and it was just a complete repackage. And I was not going to buy it because I do not like Paris Cafe. This channel is actually called Coffee and Candles. I love coffee. Coffee is everything. I actually love coffee even more than I love candles, and I love candles a great deal. I actually review some coffee here, usually Starbucks. So I feel as though I'm really good at coffee and coffee notes and coffee fragrances because it's like my favorite thing in the world, basically. I do not like Paris Cafe because there is something so off-putting about that particular candle. It is burnt, it is scalded. It's not really a true coffee smell, although it is very aggressive and very loud. And I know a lot of you love Paris Cafe. God bless. There are reasons to love it. Strength and Throw is definitely one of them. I don't like Paris Cafe, so when I heard this was a dupe, I was like, I'm out, you know? But then when I smelled it in the store, I mean, I lifted the lid and I braced myself. I'm like, here we go, here we go. And then I smelled it and I was like, oh, actually, that's just a really nice coffee smell. And I was getting just a really, I would say a medium roast. It was a medium roast coffee, but it was deep and it wasn't like mixed with a whole lot of sugar or cream or who knows what else. It was just a very roasted coffee bean kind of smell. And it's actually quite pleasant. And I was surprised because not just Paris Cafe, I've not terribly been impressed with the coffee candles that Bath & Body Works has put out. Whatever their coffee note is, it really needs to go back to the drawing board. This one is beautiful. And as you can tell, I burn this baby all the way. I don't know, you probably can't tell it, but like I burned it, I let it extinguish itself naturally. And do you know, I can count on like one hand the number of Bath & Body Works candles that have burned so well that they have extinguished themselves at the end. I mean, usually when it gets to that like third mark, it's so discolored, it's so sooty, you've got puny wicks, you've got this, that, or the other thing, and no matter how good it had burned for that top 2/3, you have to throw it in the crock, you know? And particularly troublesome candles from Bath & Body Works, you have to throw in the crock very early. This one, I burned it all the way down. Look at that, hardly any sooting at all. And I was so surprised because it's a very dark wax. And I have learned from Kent, from Candle Channel, which makes a great deal of sense, that the darker waxes often don't burn quite as evenly or as well because the dyes that they use kind of choke the actual wicks. So I was not like expecting a whole lot, and man, gorgeous. The only other one this year that has burned so well down to the end is the really loud, also fresh coconut cotton that I recently reviewed that I've been doing for the summer. Again, it went all the way down. Both of them, gorgeous burns. So I I may have just gotten lucky, but I think in terms of burn quality, fantastic. Now that I smell it down in here, it is mixed with a little bit of carbon residue, as you can imagine. So I've got more of a scalded coffee now. It's been sitting on the burner quite a bit, you know? But for the most part, all the way through it, really that beautiful, beautiful coffee note. Man, I can get behind this. Yes, it's simple. Yes, it's basic. I wouldn't mind one that they mix with something else, but keeping it coffee. Please don't give us like burnt toast or something. Something like hazelnut maybe, or I don't know what. But I really like just the very natural, basic coffee note. And man, they should stay with this. Detractions. Unfortunately, it just wasn't as strong as it needed to be. It's as simple as that. I would say that this one is probably in the 5 range. Might be a 5.5, and the throw might be a little bit more than that. It might be more of a 6, but it wasn't a powerhouse, and I wanted it to be. I've burned this so much, even just for an hour or two. I see it over on the ledge, and I'm like, I want some coffee. I want some coffee smell, you know? So I loved this candle for the fragrance, and I hope that they keep it around. I don't know that it's a best new candle nominee, but I could make it an honorable mention because I'm just so pleasantly surprised that Bath & Body Works came out with a coffee candle that is pleasant and gorgeous and deep and basic and just everything you want a coffee candle to be. They just need to turn the volume up. There are many Paris Cafe fans who are like, absolutely not. And the main reason was because Paris Cafe has a strength and a throw of like 8.5. And they're not gonna want a 5. And I get that. I don't even want a 5, okay? But I don't want 8.5 of something I don't want to smell either. Yeah? So I would love for Bath & Body Works to keep this around and just turn the volume up. We should be getting at least a 7 out of a candle with those dark, roasty coffee beans. At least a 7. And I think there are people who really wouldn't mind an 8, you know? Coffee is not like perfume. I really think you can tolerate it in pretty strong amounts, especially because it's not bright and brassy and acidic. It's really down low in the range, which is amazing. And burn this baby, burn a pumpkin spice candle on the side. You've got a pumpkin spice latte, right? Hack. And I bet that those 2 candles, the beautiful coffee and the pumpkin spice, gives you a more authentic and lovely, well-rounded pumpkin spice latte than any of the blends of pumpkin spice latte that Bath & Body Works or other candle companies give. You're gonna be able to kind of like DIY, do your own pumpkin spice latte in your house. Highly recommend this, highly. Especially for the fall season. Man, you can blend this with a lot of other things and really just have a ball creating your own special lattes in the house. Yeah? Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. It's just really gorgeous. The volume just needs turned up. I think it might be sold out online at this point. I have not seen it on the website for a while, but I will check before I post this video. There is a good chance, however, that if you go to your store, they will still have some of these on hand. Although, I don't think my store does. I'll tell you what's still around, Blueberry Pumpkin Patch. Oh, I feel so bad for the people who really wanted it to come back because I don't think it's gone over very well. But we don't need to hijack the goodness right now. Freshly brewed coffee, 2 thumbs up. Just get the strength and throw up. I'll see you guys in the next one.